Push past all the pain that you're going through. It won't last if you move how you wanna move. Get lost in the work that you gotta do to be someone better. You can grow into something new. I could be anything that I set my mind to. I do what I need, I can push right through. Fight through those things that are holding me back from the life that I like to have. I'm like, give me time, I'll be just fine. You thought I was worth leaving behind? Get out of your mind, I'll come back better than ever, no matter the weather. Greater than ever.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fat Money Enascar Legends Stock Car Series. And Josh Aldridge once again with me. Yesterday we seen the Truck Series. We've seen an amazing race held by FME and everything. And the truck race had little to no flaws. Hopefully we can get that out of today, Josh.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yesterday's race was almost uneventful. Let's hope today's a little bit more exciting. It did come, yesterday's race did have an exciting finish, but let's hope we have excitement from green flag to checkered here.
We got 75 laps of Legends Stock Car Series, so let's hope that it lives up to that potential as Brett Aldridge makes his way out to start this qualifying. We got Brett Aldridge, you got Christopher Rich out there, Aaron Aldridge, Corey Gamble, Chris Gamble, Triple C, Trey Fannin, Tyler Ferguson, Chronics High, Blaze, and Barry Sternparts Jr. During practice, it looks like Blaze had the worst lap Blaze had the best lap. So Blaze had the best lap during practice. Let's see if that transfers over into qualifying. Brett Aldridge starting his own team at Cactus Jack Racing. And he's got that Dirty Mo Media 95 looking sharp Ford. He's one of the first to start a team in the stock car series, so I think that was an interesting choice, Josh.
I believe it was, yeah, and they did get a lot of information, influence from friends and family. I'm not throwing names out there, but y'all should be able to figure it out. So I mean, he has a back, I should say.
Tyler Ferguson currently holding pole. Looks like again we're seeing some trouble out of some cars in this race, but to be expected. Not everybody's gonna shine at every track here, and Tyler Ferguson, does he hold on to it? I think he does. I think everyone's made it around, Josh, and I'm pretty sure Tyler Ferguson is going to be holding pole.
That's right.
That could be wrong. It looks like they're making it around one more time. Let's see what this says. Oh, no, going into pits. Yep, that's the end of it. Let's go ahead and get over and get everybody started up for this lineup. Looks like Tyler Ferguson sitting on the pole, and that number 3 looking sharp today. On the pole, we got the number 3 at Tyler Ferguson, driving that Whiskey River Chevy for Ferguson Motorsports. And next to him, you got that 007 Snap-on Buick, driven by Blaze for Snap-on Racing. And then you got the number 16 Hellmans is on your side, Ford. And Christopher Rich is driving this for Rich Money Motorsports. Rich Money Racing. And next to him is the number 95 Dirty Mo Media Ford, driven by Brett Aldridge for Cactus Jack Racing. Next to him, the 722 McConey Setup Shop LLC. I believe this is a Chevy, and it is for Gamble Motorsports, and Corey Gamble is the driver. You got the 26 Matco Tools Chevy at Barry Stern Parts Jr. behind the wheel for Rad Roots Racing. PSR TV Chevy 387. You got Trey Fanta behind the wheel. Next to him, the number 93. No sponsor on this 93 for Gamble Motorsports. It's a Chevy. And good luck to Chris Gamble. Back here in 9th place, you're looking at Aaron Aldridge in that Coors Light Milling Oil Pumps Ford number 5 for Aldridge Racing. Next up is Triple C Wrangler Jean Chevy number 88 for Fat Money Racing. And in the way back, the Pontiac that won the last race, I believe, or maybe at Daytona. He won one of the races. The 710 and Chronix High behind the wheel.
Getting some last minute adjustments ready for this race, tightening them belts, adjusting mirrors and everything, getting ready for what's going to be a banger of a race.
Well, I don't know why that keeps happening. I got one more thing to try. 1 second. Well, tech keeps showing, so we got another minute. I don't know what that's about.
Big race feel atmosphere here. You can just feel the excitement.
You know that all these drivers love being here at Michigan. Michigan always makes it a big race field for FME. This has been a bigger schedule than our first test season, and it's been exciting to see everything that's on the lineup. I know we're only 3 races in, but and the pace car is pulling off. Tyler Ferguson is following suit. And Josh, it's about to be the most exciting time in racing.
Yeah, that long pause there seemed like it took entirely way too long. I'm ready for some good race.
Tyler Ferguson, Blaze right next to him. Then right behind him, you got Christopher Rich and Brett Aldridge in that 95. Everybody's looking good. Everybody's looking spiffy. Everybody is ready to go. And you see them all lined up. These older cars, man, they just have a nostalgic feel to them. You see that front end down lower. You see everybody's got a little bit different style. You see the Ford's got a little bit more of a gap in the front, which lets them suck air. whereas the Chevy's got that grill that kind of pushes there. And then you got the Buicks, which is kind of open and it's kind of square. It kind of just lets the air push down and under the nose for some downforce. And then you got the Pontiac, which is just it very aerodynamic, and I mean the cars of yesteryear.
Yeah. Simpler time, better racing, if you ask me.
And the pace car pulling off. It's now on Tyler Ferguson to start the 75 laps here at Michigan. Josh, here we go.
Pull those belts tight. Let's go, boys. Tyler getting a jump.
Again, we're seeing what we've seen in the Truck Series. A good jump for the car that has the best traction down low. But not everybody's letting go. We're seeing cars kind of stick with it and pull up here. And things are about to get interesting as Corey Gamble trying to shoot the middle. No, he's going to come back down, fall back. Tyler Ferguson going to run away with it. Oh, but here comes Blaze. Oh, Blaze got a little loose.
A little wobbly.
Tyler Ferguson absolutely stepping away with this one. Christopher Rich and Brett Aldrich here in tow. You got Barry Sternparts Jr. Chris Gamble went high. Corey Gamble down low. Right behind him, you got the 387, the truck race winner. Corey Gamble fell, or Chris Gamble fell back, excuse me. Brett Aldridge is falling back a little bit. You see Aaron Aldridge working that bottom lane, coming up to the bumper here of Corey Gamble, and he's going to push up. No. Corey Gamble trying to fall ball in line with Brett Aldridge, who's working his way back up. Christopher Rich, Tyler Ferguson up here. Not a huge gap between Tyler Ferguson and Christopher Rich, but it is noticeable, Josh.
Yeah, but it's not near as big of a gap as we've seen in a truck race. I mean, he's still having to keep an eye on and see where Chris is running and how close he is to him.
A little wobbly there going around that corner. I hope that doesn't affect Tyler Ferguson here later on, as Christopher Rich still tuck and toe and trying to get up to him. You got Blaze there behind him. Brett Aldridge fighting back. Barry Sternparts Jr. here has worked his way up to 5th. Aaron Aldridge worked his way up to 6th. Corey Gamble, 7th. Chris Gamble is 8th. Maybe not anymore. Chronix High looks like taking it from him. Chris Gamble now back in 9th. Triple C working his way up now. And Trey Fanta, they're going to push back Chris Gamble here. Chris Gamble falling back.
Yeah, pushed out of the line and then pushed out of the line and just got dropping like a rock.
Big fight back here at the back. We work our way back up to the leaders here, and Christopher Rich is shortening that gap a little bit on Tyler Ferguson. Oh.
Oh.
A little bit of a wobble, and the gap again shrinks. Rich is going to come up to the bumper, but Tyler starts to pull away on exit.
We're about to have a battle for the lead as Ferguson's getting a rearview mirror full of Chris as he enters the turns.
Christopher Rich Money Racing, another team that has been dominant in the racing series. All three of them across the board here at FME. Tyler Ferguson, he was dominant in the first couple truck races and in a couple cup races, but has fallen back. This is the most dominance we've seen out of that Ferguson Motorsports team in a long while, Josh.
Yeah, it has been, and that's how it is sometimes. You know, you run up front, then it's like a switch, and then you bam.
Christopher Rich, though, still in second, still holding toe. He was up to the bumper once. It's got to hurt, Josh, being so close and just not able to complete it.
Yeah, but we still got a lot of racing to go, and Chris knows that, so he's not going to push his car to the limits right at the moment because we still got a whole lot of racing to go.
Oh, going to
pit
pits.
stop.
7 laps in and seeing pits. This is not good, Josh. Not good at all, Josh.
Fuel will be a big factor here today. It does seem.
Yeah, this is a new series, so we apologize if you don't appreciate these this many pit stops, but we really can't help it. We do our best to get the officials and set the teams up for with the officials set the teams up for the perfect race, but sometimes it just doesn't go the way we write it. Well, the leader is now pitted. Brett Aldridge second, Aaron Aldridge third, Chronic Side fourth, Triple C fifth, Chris Gamble sixth, Trey Fanta seventh. Christopher Rich, though, he pitted a little bit before, so now he is coming around. And how big of a deal do you think this is right now? Do you think the team, those couple guys who pitted already, made a mistake, Josh?
No, if nothing happens, it should circle back around, and everybody will be running where they were or close to it. Only way that this would be a problem if they get a penalty on pit road or a hiccup on pit road and they lose a lot of positions.
You're Tyler Ferguson. You just came off of pit road, and you see that Hellman's car as you're exiting. What is going through your mind?
Get up to speed and keep him behind me.
And it looks like he's doing exactly that. He's drifting up. Comes out low. And he's again pulling away from Christopher Rich. Now, do you think Christopher Rich made adjustments during that pit stop?
Yeah, very well could have made a wedge adjustment or something to that nature. But I would, if I was Chris, I probably wouldn't have made an adjustment at that pit stop. It's too soon to tell. But whatever he did, adjustment or no, it seems like it's may have helped a little bit.
The officials are talking about a mandatory halfway pit caution. How do you feel about that, Josh?
It's always fun when they bunch them back up together.
It seems like that's being the big talk right now. So at about probably the 40-lap mark, there'll be a mandatory caution, which will bring everybody back together. And then they're talking about even maybe doing the 5 laps before again, Josh, like they did the truck race. How did you feel about that?
That ended up being a great call. That was the most exciting part of that race, which, it was the end. But they had the best racing and the best side-by-side action those last 5 laps.
So we'll have to see if the officials end up making that call towards the end of this race or not. Right now, things are going crazy as Tyler Ferguson is trying to pull away from Rich, but Rich is actually gaining on Tyler Ferguson. And Brett Aldridge here, he was actually gaining on Christopher Rich, so we might have a battle for the lead.
Pulling up closer and closer. Look at this. He's getting a mirror full of him.
Ooh, a little wiggle out of Tyler Ferguson as he pulls away, though.
May have drifted a little too high right there. Seems they adjusted it just fine.
Christopher Rich still has a problem in his rear view, and that problem is Brett Aldridge. Brett Aldridge definitely has a nice car tonight.
Yes, he does. Nice to see him bouncing back from the previous race, truck race.
Trey Fanta has fallen back to last here. Definitely a different style car than the truck series where we've seen them. Chris Gamble here, 10th place. Triple C still holding 9th. Corey Gamble going to pits. We're seeing another round of pit stops. Josh, so the order just got all messed up as I was reading it.
It seems like, what are they pitting every 6 laps or something?
Yeah, it looks like we didn't stretch that fuel tank enough. Well, after the debacle and the rumor that the only Pontiac on the field was cheating gas, it looks like, you know, they took gas really under a hard look, tried to set a really hard stipulation on it, and might have came back to bite them.
It looks to be just that. They adjusted it too much, and too much of a good thing can in fact be.
Brett Aldridge looking for the inside, but is he going to send it too hard? It looks like he might have, but he's going to stay with Tyler Ferguson. Ooh, a little loose.
A lot of loose. Jeez.
And that's where they keep losing them. It seems like these Fords can't get up on Tyler Ferguson with that. Tyler Ferguson might be going to pits.
Kidding.
But Brett Aldridge is going to stay out. This is a unique play. Does Brett Aldridge have one more lap in that Ford?
Well, he might be thinking bonus point. Before making his pit stop.
Now, Brett Aldridge could just get a splash of gas and get right back out on the track and maybe hold. He's going again. Josh.
Gutsy.
They are risking the biscuit there at Cactus Jack Racing to try to get this lead and hold it.
I'm sure he'll be pitting this time around.
Yep, he just said on radio, pitting in. Let's see if he drops down or he takes it another lap. Slowing down, looks like he's going. Dropping down, and Brett Aldridge is going to go Triple C somehow in second, but it looks like he's going to pits with Brett Aldridge, possibly. He is.
Look who's going to circle back and have the lead.
All right, now, according to the books, Chronix High is in the lead. And we'll see if that's going to be the case.
Okay.
Christopher Rich there. Tyler Ferguson. I can't read this right now, Josh.
Looks like pit strategy played a hand in this.
Oh, it's Brett Aldridge. Gonna hold the lead. Chronix High passed him, though. If this Pontiac has found its way back at the front of the pack, there's going to be some questions.
Yeah, they may be a lot of angry tweets. I shouldn't say that. Twitter's no longer around. What are they called now? X?
Chronix High has found the lead.
And not only that, he has over a second lead over second place.
And if you look who second place is Christopher Rich. I don't know. Tyler Ferguson has fallen back to fourth now. But he's coming back as he passes Brett Aldridge. And then Tyler Ferguson now gunning down Rich. Look at him. The number 3 Whiskey River car trying so hard. But Chronic's high right now. First place, he did pit. So you know that this was just strategy, Josh.
Yeah.
Coming to Michigan, one of the tracks we had to put on the list, and right now it is not disappointing. Chronic's High taking the lead. The former leader, Tyler Ferguson, right now in third place, working his way back up, and he looks like he's kind of stuck right now between Brett Aldridge and Christopher Rich.
He's in that dirty air, and he can't get clean air on that nose. That's a big game changer right there.
Chronic's High, though, putting that nose in clean air of that Pontiac, and it is doing wonders.
Seems like we may have seen this before.
If you think Tyler Ferguson can find clean air, do you think he can contend with Chronic's up there?
I hope he finds that clean air because I would like to see it.
We will recollect the field at 40 laps, guys, and then I believe they're still talking about at the 70 lap mark as well. So 2 mandatory cautions. One will put us at a green-white checkered. And 2 cars just went to pit lane. No?
Yes.
Just Christopher Rich. So Christopher Rich taking an early pit, which puts Chronic's High out in front of Tyler Ferguson. But what's that give Tyler Ferguson, Josh?
Cleaner air.
But fighting with Brett Aldridge.
Wow.
Brett Aldridge gonna pass.
Well, it's not that clean anymore.
Tyler Ferguson, though, gonna try to do a take back.
Got a little wobbly
a
there.
block by Brett Aldridge. Blocking. Heavy blocking. Brett Aldridge not letting Tyler Ferguson by. Looks like Tyler Ferguson might be going to pits now. He's fallen back quite a bit, actually. Yeah, he's going to pit. So Brett Aldridge now going to try to stick it in the lead. Josh.
Wow. And he has a car that can run up front. We've seen this already.
Pretty much all day, yes. It's been a Brett Aldridge, Christopher Rich, Tyler Ferguson, and now Chronic's type of race. And Chronic's is back out on the field. He's currently 4th according to the chart, but we'll see how that twists around. Triple C is somehow worked his way up to 2nd, but I think he'll have to pit here soon. Tyler Ferguson right now pitting. Chronic's High.
I need to step away for a brief moment. I'll be right back.
No problem. Chronic's High is trying to get around Barry Sternparts Jr. here, who has placed himself in the way strategically. Brett Aldridge going to pits. It looks like getting a little loose as he gets down. Triple C already went to pits. Triple C getting past Barry Sternparts Jr. now might be in the lead. My, how the order has changed drastically. Waiting to see how this all plays out in the next couple laps. Tripsy's falling way back. Brett Aldridge, I believe, is also falling way back. I believe this is Barry Sternparts Jr.'s race as of right now, but I don't know when Barry pitted.
I'm back.
What's up, Josh? Right now, Barry Sternparts Jr. seems to have the lead. We'll know once we cross the checkered, or the not the checkered, but the finish line. Even though it's not the finish. Because we're not even halfway yet, ladies and gentlemen, as Barry Sternparts Jr., yes, takes the lead. Chronix High second. Aaron Aldridge has made his way into third here. Christopher Rich fourth. Brett Aldridge is back in fifth. And Tyler Ferguson now back in sixth.
Like I've said before, pit strategy, that's going to be a game changer, or should I say race changer here.
The lead changes during this race have been crazy, Josh.
Yes, they have.
We may have goofed on the fuel percentage, but we did not leave you guys without a good race because the teams have all chosen different game plans, and it has made this a wild ride.
Yes, it has.
Right now, we are lap 29. We'll see some other rounds of pit stops. Remember, lap 40, we're going to throw a caution. If it's during a pit cycle, we have to wait until everybody's out of pit cycle before the caution can be thrown to not mess things up too bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
Barry Sternparts Jr. right now with a lead of a .738, but Chronix seems to get more and more here in frame. He might be catching. I'm going to take that might back a little bit. He is catching because Barry just pulled into pits.
Hitting.
Oh, but look who pitted with him. Aaron Aldridge, Christopher Rich. Chronix High, though, going to take the lead. Seems like people started pitting on lap 30, 31, so maybe it'll be smart to throw the caution at lap 39. What do you think, Josh?
If everyone has already made their pit stops, yes, that would be the perfect time to bunch them back up together.
It should be right before. It seems like the first people went into pit at lap 30. So if we do lap 39, it should be good for lap 40. Leader, Chronix High, Brett Aldridge now in pits, leaves Tyler Ferguson back in the lead. And Tyler Ferguson could run with this for a minute. You're Tyler Ferguson, Josh. You've been leading most of this race. Pit strategies start to come out. You start to see guys being ahead of you who did not pass you during the actual race, besides being like, well, during the actual race, but not out on the track. They passed you while you were in pits. So how does that make you feel as a driver?
Frustrated.
Tyler Ferguson goes to pit lane, which leads Triple C now taking the lead.
Triple C out there for a Sunday drive at the moment.
He's got a huge gap. I can't tell you exactly what it is at the moment, but I can tell you that I don't see cars. That's what I can tell you.
It's a big one.
Triple C not letting anyone know when he's going to pits. He's being the silent one today.
And sometimes that's the best way to be. You know, don't show your hand.
I hear he's having some issues with that 88 Wrangler Chevy, so hopefully they'll get that under control. Right now, it says Tyler Ferguson's in second, but we won't know until people start passing the start and finish line. Looks like Chronix High might have took first back. People have really stretched their pits apart. We're still seeing people pit in lap 34, Josh.
They're trying anything to get that little jump on everybody.
Lap 35. I think lap 39, we're going to pull that caution. Currently, Chronix High in first. In second place, we got Christopher Rich. Third place, Barry Sternparts Jr. Fourth place, Tyler Ferguson. Fifth place, Aaron Aldridge. Sixth place, Brett Aldridge. Seventh place, Triple C. Corey Gamble sitting in eighth. Chris Gamble, 9th. Trey Fanta, 10th. And Blaze just coming out of the pits in 11th. We're on lap 36 now. Blaze might actually get lapped. If you're Blaze, you're just trying to make it 3 laps. Can you do it?
I believe he can. Because he seemed like he's pulling away from him.
He's holding a little ahead of the leader here, but Chronix High going to try to stay out. We're at 37. He needs to make it by 2 more times. We're going to throw that caution and bring everybody back together where they could choose to fill back up, get new tires, and we could start brand new lap 40. 41 probably. You know, his crew chief's telling him in his ear, 1 more lap, buddy, 1 more lap. And we start on the pole with fresh everything.
Listen on Barry's radio, he's screaming, there's debris everywhere, there's debris everywhere.
And look who's made up here. Barry Sternparts Jr., Tyler Ferguson still up here, but he's sitting back and forth now. Aaron Aldridge, Brett Aldridge. But none of that. Let's sit back here. Let's see as Chronix High comes out of turns 3 and 4. Heads across the front straight to send us in.
Yellow, yellow.
There we go, Josh. Blaze somehow held up ahead, stayed on the lead lap. He gets to make it back. The one thrown at lap 70 is still up in the air. Chronic's High actually happy about this caution.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, he was going to have to pit soon. You know, that would have thrown him back in the middle. Who knows where that would have been come lap 40, you know. So here we go. Chronic's High, Christopher Rich, Barry Sternparts Jr., Tyler Ferguson. Going to be our top four. Aaron Aldridge there to bring up top five. You're Aaron Aldridge, Josh, and you just got from being 6 seconds back from the leader, or actually I think it was 7, to now going to be restarting and in a line pretty much right behind him. I think maybe a car behind him. How you feeling?
Well, first thing I'm doing is telling my pit crew to not screw this pit stop up. And I mean, I'm on them like they'll be on the 8, telling them, do this pit stop right. You do your part and I'll do mine.
Chronic's High leading these guys into pits, and here we go. We're pulling in. Chronic's High into his. Everyone else scattering, trying to find theirs. We're seeing chaos on pit lane. Blaze finally catches up with the pack. He's going to hop into his pit stall. Looks like everybody's getting a little dose of everything here as we wait for him to catch back up to the pace car. Well, besides fuels, it seems like the officials are really getting a feel for when we need to regroup the field and when how to bring the best action without copying other divisions.
Yes.
Chronic's High back out there. Racing back to the... Oh, Barry Sternparts. Does Barry get to keep that spot, Josh?
I don't know.
Because if so, I mean, Aaron Aldridge... Like, we got Chronic's High, Barry Sternparts, Christopher Rich, Aaron Aldridge, Triple C. It looks like they do. Look, some people have gained some positions. Tyler Ferguson is gotten really thrown back. Competitive pit stop steering caution. Love to see it.
Pace lights are off on the car. We're going green this time around.
Chronic's High, Barry Sternparts Jr. Friends off the track, on the track. Mortal enemies as they're side by side to start this one off. Barry is a crowd favorite in all divisions. And look who's right behind him. It's Aaron Aldridge. Aaron Aldridge got one step closer. Top lane, which seemed to be his preferred tonight. We'll see how that goes. But Christopher Rich, fast car tonight. Brett Aldridge right there, fast car. Triple C somehow got himself up here. Quick pit stop there by that team. And then you got Tyler Ferguson, who was the fastest car, but he has definitely had some mistakes tonight, Josh.
Yeah, he after pit stops and then being in the dirty air and cars in front of him has really affected his car, his race tonight.
Pace car is pulled off Josh as Chronix High has control.
Green flag.
And Chronix High gets a leap on the competition. Barry having a hard time up there on the top. Christopher Rich going to try to pull in. But Chronix is just taking off. I mean, you see Barry and Rich right behind him digging. Barry and them are coming up on him quick, but is it going to be enough? Chronix High going to hold. Barry couldn't hold that top. Rich went down really low. Falling back a little bit. We're seeing a little bit of contact. Triple C and Aaron Aldridge got into it there a little bit. Brett Aldridge going to come up. Triple C's bumper. As these guys are all pushing. Blaze fell back, got a little tapped by Trey Fanta. Barry is now pulled away from Rich, and he is working on catching the leader. Oh, a little loose, sends Barry back a little bit. Triple C and Rich going to be there to kind of take advantage of the situation as Barry's falling back. And look who's also there to send it 3 wide, Aaron Aldridge. Tyler Ferguson also working his way back up here. As Barry muscles that car back to try to catch up to Chronix. Josh, when do you think we're going to start seeing pit strategies play a toll again?
Within the next 3 laps, I would expect seeing some, if not everyone, start making their pit stops.
So they're saying now 69. If they're going to throw it, it'll be lap 69. Barry is able to get this car almost back up to Chronix, but then he loses it. Looks like Rich is no longer around here. Maybe they hit a pit stop. No. Rich is just falling back to 9th place. Barry, though, still pushing that 26 Chevy. He's getting up to the bumper.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
A block by Chronix sends Barry back a little bit, but I don't think we're done seeing this 26 Matco Tools Chevy up there at the front, but he's falling back quite a bit. Aaron Aldridge catching up. Triple C there. Tyler Ferguson next to, actually, I don't know who that is. Oh, it was Blaze. Blaze and Corey Gamble have made their way up here into the fray. Tyler Ferguson trying to get back to the lead. Christopher Rich is falling back quite a ways. He's next to Chris Gamble. You got Brett Aldridge who's falling back here, and then you got Trey Dawes and Chronix High still holding that lead. Barry Sternparts Jr. trying to get up there, but it's not working out. No pitch yet, Josh.
Coming around to make lap 50, 25 to go next time around.
Oh, guys are getting pretty low. Yes, leader's going to pit. Oh, Triple C stayed out. Now we're going to see pit strategy unfold, Josh.
Now it's when you need to start coming up with game plans and executing on what you was going to do to come away with the chicken flat, because these laps are quickly winding down.
And the teams have been told, they know that there's going to be another caution like there was at the truck race. Some of them aren't happy about it. Some of them are. And it looks like the rest of the field has now pulled in to pit, but that still leaves Chronix High coming out of pits. Are they going to be able to recollect it and get back going?
Letting them know ahead of time there will be a mandatory caution is a good call on the officials, so they can go ahead and prepare and strategize for that, unlike other series where they just throw cautions willy-nilly, or have been known to do that in the past.
Exactly, Josh. The halfway caution and this one that they're testing towards the end of the race for some of these races. Is Chronix High going to pass him? And Chronix High does. Chronix High has now took the lead back from Triple C. But yeah, all the teams are filled in. They actually all have a way to talk to official at each one of their booths at any time, any questions. So we try to keep it as good as we can here. We'll see how everybody ties back together. Chronix High, Barry, and Aaron all pitted together. And whoa, what happened to Aaron? All after okay, it's still. Barry's in third. Triple C's moved his way up to second during that pit stop. Triple C's got some good pit stops.
Yes, he does.
You know, Chronix High is just thinking, I got to hold this pole to the next restart. And I got this in the bag. I mean, he gets a good jump on the start. I haven't seen anyone touch him till about 3 laps in. So if this caution might be a good thing for that 710 car.
Yeah.
.672 is right now the distance between Chronix and Triple C, or at least last time they were by. We'll see if it gained or has shortened in a lap, but if it has, it hasn't been by much, Josh.
Well, that mandatory caution might just change everything.
Ooh, .3. He's cut that in half, and Triple C is catching up.
It's about to get real racy, boys.
Now remember, Chronix has this pretty dialed. He's thrown blocks at Barry Stern parts, and we'll see what happens when Triple C gets up here. If he throws a block down on him and takes all the air off the front of that car drops like a rock. Triple C.
Nice. Look at this.
Triple C had a plan going into it. It kind of worked, but I don't think he was close enough to really pull it off.
I believe he may have bobbled going into entering the turn there, and it affected him. But Chronix is definitely getting a rear view mirror full of that Wrangler 88.
Triple C has won one of these races as well, so it is unique to see him up here with Chronix fighting for the lead. 2 winners. Oh, little bobble out of Triple C there coming out, and I think it dropped him back just a wee bit. Another bobble. Triple C, they just can't hold it like Chronix is. Tyler Ferguson back there behind Aaron Aldridge. Barry Sternparts Jr. back here as well, trying to catch up. But it seems like Chronix High just has the car of tonight.
He's definitely in cruise control and out there just mind his own business on a Sunday drive. Seems to be pulling away ever so slightly.
Barry chose to go pit lap 57 here, which is going to throw a wrench in the officials' plan for a caution at lap 69. It's going to be a strange one, Josh.
Yeah. But it's entertaining for the fans.
Triple C trying to catch back up to that 710 as they go into pits, and this is where Triple C shines.
Yeah.
Or at least has so far tonight.
We're probably going to have some drivers take 2 tires, 4 tires, splash and go. It really all depends.
Oh, Chronix already out.
Oh, a little bobble on pit road with who is that? Brett
Aldridge.
Yeah, it looked like Chronix and Brett Chronix ran into the back of Brett. Let's see if that affected him any.
Well, in the one that counted the most, Triple C actually did not get out as fast as he did earlier. And Chronix has took off a little bit, but look who is right there. Barry Sternparts Jr. And Barry has one thing on his mind right now. He wants to hunt that 710 car. Oh, Blaze right now has the lead. Where's Blaze? Oh, he's on pits. All right, Chronix just took the lead.
Seems to be pulling away ever so slightly here as well.
A 0.6 between Barry and Chronix High, and that could very well be a growing number. We'll have to see. Tyler Ferguson has made his way back up to third. Third. Barry Sternparts in second. Triple C right there in fourth. Chris Gamble has made his way up to fifth. Aaron Aldridge dropped back to sixth after making his way up to fourth. Blaze is in seventh now. Corey Gamble eighth. Trey Fanta ninth. Christopher Rich has fallen back to 10th. Brett Aldridge back in 11th. Lap 69, folks. And there will be a caution And that should bring us to a double green, white checkered. Oh, Josh.
Yes.
The number between Chronix and Barry might be shrinking.
I believe it is.
We'll know it this time of buy right now. It's at a .521. Here we go. Let's get the number. .296. Barry might be trying to get that pole position going into lap 69. And that's a race.
Yeah.
And he's going low.
Oh, look at it here.
Sending it a little too early, I think. Chronix just dips down just slightly. Takes the air off the front of the other car, and it just sends him back like a rock. Like I don't know if you guys could tell, but I mean, it just instantly puts a .5 gap between them.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a veteran move right there out of this young driver.
Lap 65 when he crosses the line, which is going to give us 4 to the mandatory caution. And this gap between Chronix and Barry has grown to a .861. Just goes
Well,
to
that's all fixing to be re-raced.
as Barry comes back up to him, possibly. And this caution gets thrown here momentarily. But what a race we've seen so far. Brett Aldridge not having such a good time. He's probably begging on this this caution right now. Christopher Rich, Trey Fanta, Corey Gamble in 8th. Blaze is back in 7th. Aaron Aldridge 6th. Chris Gamble's in 5th. Triple C 4th. Tyler Ferguson has made his way back to 3rd. Barry Sternparch Jr. sitting in 2nd. Has cut back a .1 second on Chronix, so he might be catching back up as Chronix tries to hold this lead to make it to that caution. People are choosing to pit right now, Josh.
Well, that mandatory caution may be a bad idea now. We'll have to see how it unfolds.
We got Barry Sternparch Jr., possibly Brett Aldridge. Let's double check that. Brett Aldridge, Barry Sternparch Jr., Tyler Ferguson, so far all in pits. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll push it to 70.
Pit strategy playing a hand in it.
Leaders pitting.
Could this be a form of protest with the drivers pitting knowing that there was a mandatory caution coming up?
Or maybe it's a strategy. Maybe so they don't have to pit during caution.
Maybe so.
Blazes now took the lead. Chronix High going to be the first one off of pit road. Triple C is out, but is he going to make it out before anybody else behind Chronix? And he does. Does this put us all back onto the rope? Lap 68, going to go into 69. Blaze goes down pit road. There's Barry Sternparts Jr. again. We're going to throw it at lap 70, Josh.
All right.
As Chronix High crosses the line here. And now he passes Blaze. Blaze is on his way out of pit road. Chronix High, Barry Sternparts Jr. in second. They're going to come back across the line, and we will restack them. And we will have a green-white checkered, just like we did at the truck race. Chronix has led most of this race. Amazing job by that driver. And here we go.
Caution, caution. Kind of walk me through a lap here, please.
Lap 70. Mandatory caution to bring us to a green-white checkered.
We're getting some last-minute pep talks from the crew chief to the drivers. Some alliances are being made right now, along with green and white checkered strategies being discussed as we speak. It's going to be exciting these last laps.
Pit strategies was a big thing during this race. Something we love to see. Maybe not as many pits as they had to do tonight. So hopefully that'll be fixed in the next race. Like you said, we're trying. We're doing our best, guys. Chronix High, Barry Sternparts Jr., Triple C Blaze, and Chris Gamble, top 5. Looks like Christopher Rich pitted along with Brett Aldridge here. Josh.
Not sure what they're thinking is they're maybe topping off and getting fresh tires and seeing would that be an advantage to them. They was already running at the back anyway, if I remember correctly. So what did they have to lose?
I think you're right. I think they were already at the back. So maybe this will help get them back to the front as they're going to stack back up here as they come across the line. Chronix is probably just waiting for the moment that this is on him. But Barry's going to want to take it away. But everyone who started on that outside line has fallen back to that Pontiac.
Lights are off on the pace car. We're about to get them double foul becoming green next time around.
Aaron Aldridge, somebody who started at the back again, has worked his way up to the front. Shines of a great driver right there. He is trying to get his way back up. Another man who started at the back and has worked his way up is sitting right there. Barry Sternparts Jr., second place, and possibly has a chance to walk away tonight as a victor, which is something that he's probably striving to do in this Legends stock car.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy day racing here at Michigan as this pace car is about to come off, and we're about to get off to our last of this race. Green, white, checkered to the end.
Pace car's dipping down pit road.
And it's on Chronix. Chronix is going to get going. He's got a mighty leap on these other cars. Ooh, getting up into each other. Triple C falling back a little bit after almost going up and hitting Barry. But Chronic's going to take off Barry. He's trying like heck. Oh, Barry's trying to get up there.
Coming to the white flag. Next flag wins the race.
White flag. Chronix goes up.
Oh!
Barry goes down. Barry does not have enough.
Can they get another run coming into turn 3?
Barry's trying to send it. Barry! Go, Barry! Not enough.
No.
Barry gets loose. Chronix high. Comes across the front. And he takes the win here at Michigan. Chronix high. Barry Sternparts Jr., Blaze, Tyler Ferguson, and Chris Gamble are top 5. And then you got Aaron Aldridge 6th, Christopher Rich 7th, Brett Aldridge 8th, Triple C 9th, Trey Fanta 10th, and Corey Gamble 11th. Looks like that choice to pit there by Christopher Rich and Brett Aldridge worked out just a little bit for him.
Yeah, they
in the end.
saw it up.
All right, guys. Well, that's the end of this race. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Chronix high, congratulations to you on your second win of the season, and we'll see you guys on the next one.